All right, let's do this. What do you got for me, buddy?
Yo, what's up? Quickly, I know I'm off topic, but thanks anyways. So I missed it and kind of brainstorms, took a couple of notes, mainly because it was a fun problem.
This is
So
a solution to the
yes,
decline.
solution to the decline. Yeah.
Okay, go. Let's hear it.
So the problem stems from the bottom up, right? It's the same with the denial and the red pill. That basically it's very hard for existing people to solve the problem. So you would want new people. That's the same thing that you see with Exhibit A, where the people voting, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, right. Like very small amount. So what you can do is make the kids smarter, right? And what I was thinking is that if we have like someone who's alpha or red pilled and pretty wealthy, so they could start a school, but also a very good start is already what you guys are doing.
Okay, stop, because I mean we got a couple of things there to unpack. So you're saying make kids smarter.
Yeah,
so one of the problems that we have with that though is that the public school system, which most children are in now, probably 90-95% of kids in the school system are in the public school system, which the government runs. They set the curriculum, they set all the mandates, and almost all of the teachers are female, and they're of course liberalized, and of course, you know, selling all of this woke, rainbow, politically correct stuff. I mean, schools have 3 bathrooms now here. Like, I don't know where you live, but schools here have 3 bathrooms. There's male, female, and then there's undecided. I'm just calling it like undecided because that's really what it is. It's like, you know, they can't really figure out what gender or pronoun they want to use, so they use that bathroom, right? This shit did not exist when I was in school. This is like brand new, like manufactured stuff, okay? And we're the only species on the planet that does weird shit like this. No other species does this. We're the only one that have so much time in our hands that we say, you know what, instead of having a guy's bathroom and a girl's bathroom, let's do the undecided one in case you think you're a fairy today, right? So that's how they roll. But all of that influence comes to almost all of the kids by way of the state. So how do you fix that?
Yeah.
Because parents like used to have a nuclear family, like mom would stay home, take care of the kids, dad would go out and go to work, and then the government figured out, well, we can double our tax revenue if we get women into the workforce. And then we started having this narrative like, you go girl, you're strong and independent, you don't need no man, all that sort of shit. And divorces skyrocketed and more women went into the workforce and they started paying lots of taxes. So then kids, because women still want to have kids, need to be looked after by someone. So rather than homeschooling them, you don't have that option. They have to go to the public school system or in daycare. So how do you fix that? Like, you know, start with that.
Yeah. So what I was thinking there is there's some prerequisites, whereas the families that could do this are maybe wealthier, but there's also a solution to that. So
well, I mean, then you're talking the top 5%, maybe like 2% of the world population. That's
in the beginning, yes. So if we get someone who is wealthy enough to make it cheap, well, I'm not saying I know a specific person, and I don't know exactly.
Okay, so that raises another problem. So let me just explain that to you.
Okay.
Most billionaire entrepreneurs, you know, the guys that you're describing, are betas. Right? Like they're like
exactly.
betas, okay?
Yeah.
So Warren Buffett, is he an alpha or is he a beta?
It's probably beta, I guess.
Right. Elon Musk, is he a beta?
He's a super beta. Holy, I was so fucked because I like the guy.
Yeah, right. You know, like me too. Jeff Bezos, you know, the guy from Amazon.
Yeah, also, man.
You know,
Jesus,
he basically dumped his wife for some secondhand dirty Sanchez, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, what are you thinking, bro?
Yeah.
Well, I can keep going down the list, right? Like all of these, like, you know, Bill Gates, like, dude's as beta looking as he comes, right? Like he's plugged, like, you know, he's on the news telling people to get vaccinated, right? So all of these billionaires that have all of this wealth, they're not red pilled, you know, unplugged, you know, successful alpha males. They're all plugged in betas, very successful plugged in betas. Okay. Very, very successful, in fact. And they also drive the decline narrative, right? So which one of these guys is going to pony up for, you know, let's just call it the TRP school of life?
Yeah. So, well, if you would like to get like huge changes, that could maybe be a billionaire. But I think as long as, let's say, we get like 10 millionaires around the world, which is even beneficial, maybe even start online, because I was thinking, okay, probably the best way to learn is in person, but we have a thing called YouTube, which is probably the future of learning, where self-learners like me, because I look at myself as self-learner, if those guys start acting, and the first thing that we need to do is, like, I always check the source of the information. Like, if you would be poor and fat and whatever, I probably wouldn't listen to you, but you're not that. Right. So if we can teach kids, like, all right, this teacher does that, like, bam, 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 then we can have good sources of information and slowly start doing that. And if all the guys watching, like, we have 1,000 people, their kids start doing that, and their kids start doing that, maybe like 50, 150 years down the line, we can have a slow progress. But it didn't take us one day to get here, and it won't take us one day to get over this as well.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, the thing is that you're relying on a lot of up in the air variables, which I don't see coming to fruition, if I can be honest with you.
Yeah, it could very well
I can't see, the government a lot, like, relinquishing control of the school system, and it's not educating children today, it's indoctrinating children today. It is. Yeah, I'm just being honest, because I've got a kid in the school system, and it's like the amount of work that I have to do to undo a lot of the lies and narratives that get thrown, it's pretty considerable, right? Like, when I was a kid, I'd come home from school and I would practice the times tables, with my parents, because that was part of the curriculum. I'm having conversations about why you would assume somebody's gender with my kid.
Yeah. Right. It's completely, yeah.
She doesn't know how to do the times tables yet. No. Right. But, like, conversations like that, or, the option for the undecided bathroom, exists. Like, these are the topics of conversation. There's like, I love that everybody's like, okay, I think that, we have possible, solutions here. Let's overtake this government. Let's do this. Let's change that. But all of these things, rely on a big paradigm shift, which I don't see happening, man.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just like, hey, you know what? Oh, I'm going to talk to you guys about this operation that a guy in my group came up with, which I think ties into Aaron Cleary's Operation Evil. Once I get off with Marcel, what else do you got for me on that? Do you got anything else you think that's potentially viable? Like, what's the best thing that you got there?
Yeah, well, I think the YouTube part, because if and the basic concept of that, it will take time, and I'm not trying to, like, really save the West and everything. I agree with all the things that you say. I'm kind of like trying to make the best of a worse situation, and it's a fun, challenging thing. So YouTube, more and more people start listening and then teach their children. Slowly, surely, we can make the best out of this situation. That was basically my solution.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it made more sense than the previous.
Well, I mean, like, you said something earlier, like, why would I trust you if I didn't see you as, successful and, put together? But a good chunk of the population is like watching YouTube content, like brain dead YouTube content, and in many cases without a verifiable source, right? Like, a lot of these content creators are just doing voiceover stuff. You have no idea what they look like, right? Like, they could be 400-pound neck bearded,
tomato farmer living with their mother.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, like, we've started to see some of this stuff, but they have a lot of people's attention, right?
Yeah.
So there's really a lot of battles out there. Is really the point that I was driving at last week, and also what I'm driving at here is, like, you've got a lot of battles out there to fight, and it's like, okay, well, pick a hill to fight on, right? Because there's a lot of them out there. Or it's like, I can just fucking walk away from all of you hills over there, and I'm going to go and set up my own hill over here, right? And that's why I make the point of, well, if you see the writing on the wall, then just enjoy what it is that you can control, which is within, the scope of your own life, right? Because, I mean, you'll go mental. Like, everything that you ticked off there, okay, all of those might be, good ideas and potential solutions. But again, it's a massive hill that you need to take away from the other side to get your way to work.
Yeah. Basically, eating an elephant, you don't do it in one bite.
Well, yeah.
And the question is whether you should eat the elephant as well. Like,
right.
I'm probably more on the camp of doing my thing, mental point of origin, and making the most out of my life and trying influencing people. But yeah, that is my solution for the most part.
Okay, cool. All right, thanks, bro.
Yeah, you're welcome.
See you, man.